time to have triple the beer reviewing fun. How are we going to do that today? We're going to have 3 beers. And from whom are we going to have said 3 beers? We're going to have them from Southern Tier Brewing Company out of Lakewood, New York, USA. Yay, yay! And what beers are we going to have from them today? We're going to have Pumpkin, original version, Pumpkin Nitro, and cold pressed coffee pumpkin. Why not? It's a pumpkin beer pouring down my neck extravaganza time. All of these beers are pumpkin beers, duh. Their fall servings are clocking in at 8.6% ABV and 30 IBUs. Now, ingredients in these beers are all the same except for when we get to cold pressed coffee pumpkin. Now, for hops in this, we know they're using 2 types of hops. They don't tell us which ones, but they're using 2 types of hops. And for malt, they're using Munich and caramel. That's where that graham crackery crust thing and the breadiness and everything comes from in this beer family. Yes, and then for spices, what these beers all are about are adjuncts, of course, because they're pumpkin beers. They're using cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, allspice, and pumpkin. Then in the cold pressed coffee pumpkin, they're using cold pressed coffee that is light roast and steeped for 72 hours. Then they infuse it into the beer, and we have awesomeness in front of us. So, I've reviewed all these beers except for the Nitro before, so I figured I'd bring it in all to the family. These seem to be everybody's favorite out there. Yeah, there's Warlock, but that's a pumpkin stout. And yeah, there's the rum barrel aged version, but that's a big old brew that's way bigger than these and is in a different league flavor-wise and all that. So all of these are pretty similar. You can see on the pour videos, all their colors are pretty much spot on with each other. And the appearance, besides the awesome Nitro head that you get on this one when you pour it, are all nearly the same, though the cold press is a little tiny bit darker, but the weird thing is it actually matches the shade of the Nitro, so I guess they did 3 separate brews on these or whatever. So we're going to dive into OG first, we're going to go aromas, and then we're going to go taste. So let's dive in for the first aroma of original or OG pumpkin, whatever you want. All these are fresh 2019 versions. The oldest out of these all is the regular pumpkin, the OG. So let's dive in. Right up in front, you get cinnamon, the clove, nutmeg, that big malty sweetness, graham crackery action going on. You can smell that crust, like that nuttiness and stuff. Lots of cinnamon, creamy. Has that whipped cream aroma, like whipped cream on graham cracker aroma, maybe a little bit buttery crust thing too going on. A little bit spicy, smells freaking delicious, not a hint of alcohol on the aroma. Now, Nitro, let's dive in for that one. Bigger aroma actually. Maybe the Nitro bubbles are actually lifting that up a little bit. Lots of cinnamon, more graham cracker. The spice isn't as apparent, but that sweet graham crackery crust is with a lot of cinnamon. Both of them have a good cinnamon hit to it. This is more cinnamon, a little bit more nutmeggy kind of character going on. Overall smells sweeter and creamier than this one does, the original. So, now we're going to go into coffee. Gee, I wonder if it'll have a coffee aroma. We'll give it a little swirl. Big, up in your grill, large and in charge coffee. After that cinnamon comes in, the graham cracker's way faded compared to these two, of course. The coffee is the main player, where the graham crackery kind of biscuity aroma is more the major player in these, along with cinnamon. This smells like pumpkin spice coffee is what it smells like. If you've had like a pumpkin spice latte or whatever, that's what this smells like. Not a hint of alcohol in the aroma. But man, the coffee is big and bright and delicious smelling. So, it's time for the best time. It's time to drink. Let's dive into the first one. Hell yes. Cheers! Yum. OG pumpkin. Right up in front. Cinnamon. Graham cracker after that. Alcohol is completely hidden. Nice medium body to it. Not watery or anything. Get that buttery pumpkin going on in there as well. That gourdy flavor that you get in the background. Tastes like pumpkin pie slice with whipped cream on top. And the back end, you're getting a nice cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove flavor. Really tasty brew. Easy to crush. Easy to drink. Yum. So, next one up. I don't have any water in between, but you know what? I'm suspecting these are all going to taste like pumpkin beer. Let's see. Let's dive into the Pumpkin Nitro. Cheers! A lot thinner appearing body. It has nice texture. It's not watery, but the initial sip is thinner. Now, when this beer sits, that'll kind of go away because the nitro is still purging out of this beer, and that gives it kind of its thinness, in my opinion. Because if you ever, I have me and my buddy UBT on his bar tap, we have a nitro keg in there, and we let nitro beer sit that we forgot about, and I just tasted it afterwards, and the body comes up, and it basically becomes like the regular carbonated beer without the fizz. Flavor-wise, it's a little more muted in some ways. It's less graham crackery, and more of the, to me, more of the spices are showing up in this. More of the clove, and the nutmeg and the cinnamon are appearing higher than that graham crackery taste that you get from this. Yeah, this is more, actually a little bit sweeter affair also. It's a little zippier on the palate. Maybe that's making that graham cracker come out more than the softness. Now this has nice, slick, smooth, silky texture when you drink it down. But the spices are definitely more apparent in this beer. That's not a bad thing. It's just a difference between the two when you're drinking them side by side. This is how you tell the difference between these beers when you get them side by side. Alcohol is also completely hidden. No warming in the chest or anything. Of course, mega head retention and glass lacing on this. And when you swirl it, you can't even see alcohol legs on this one. However, on the other ones you can, because the head just goes right up to the side of the glass because of that nitro. But definitely a more spicy affair. Still super tasty. If you weren't drinking them side by side, you may not notice that difference. But I'm getting more graham cracker, a little bit more integrated spices. It could be because of the age of this beer as well. But definitely way more spice on this. Fresher beer too. Could be that. But thinner perception on the body. Smoother, more silky. Both super tasty. All right, let's dive into the coffee. Oh, cheers again. Hell yes. Cheers! 3 times in a row. Awesome night. Pumpkin pie with coffee. This says cold pressed coffee. It doesn't let you down on it. Up in your face with coffee. Good amount of coffee bitterness. Even though it's light roast, you can tell it's really there. It's got a roasty, like highly roasted malt flavor to it. It really tastes like pumpkin spice coffee. If you drink it black, that's what this tastes like. Maybe this could be kind of like a, I don't know, maybe like a, what do they call it, like a blonde or a golden stout, you know, kind of thing. Almost that, but in pumpkin version. But all these have that gourdy pumpkin flavor. The most gourdy pumpkin flavor is in the OG. After that, it's nitro, and then it's more mass because of the coffee. The cinnamon and nutmeg and allspice are definitely in this. This is the least graham crackery and the least creamy, though it is there. So let's talk about some differences real quick, because we'll wrap this review up, because I got lots of beer to drink, as you can see in front of me. Most creamy, most sweetest one, most gourdy, buttery pumpkin, and most graham cracker. Best integrated spices and beer body. The gourdy pumpkin and graham cracker sweetness and everything are in there. Silky, smooth body. The spices are more large and in charge. That could be because this is a fresher beer, but silky smooth going down, really tasty. Neither one or any of these have perceptible 8.6 alcohol, no warming in the chest, nothing. Coffee, it's all about coffee. That's, to me, as advertised flavor. They're promising it's going to be a cold pressed coffee pumpkin beer, and it delivers on that. You can't, you know, slight them for anything like that. Super tasty, delicious. Yum. All right, let me take one more taste of coffee, not because I have to, just because I want to. Yeah, it's going to be a good night tonight. All right, let's grade these beers. All right, at time of recording, we'll start from stage right to stage left. OG Pumpkin from Beer Advocate is getting 4.13 out of 5, or about like a 92. So going in that high A minus A level. And on Untapped, they're giving it 4.21 out of 5. Definitely high, super high A range in there, verging towards A+. Okay. Now, Nitro, excuse me, Nitro Pumpkin on Beer Advocate, they're giving it pretty much the same as regular Pumpkin. 4.11 out of 5, so that's like, what, about like a 91, somewhere in that neighborhood. And on Untapped, they're giving the Nitro 4.07 out of 5, so pretty much parity, high A minus to A on both of those scales, probably more like A on Untapped. Okay, oh sorry, A on Untapped for this one. And for the cold pressed coffee pumpkin, excuse me, On Beer Advocate, they're giving this 4.05 out of 5. So that's like a 90, so high A- range on that. And on Untapped, they're giving this 3.95 out of 5 for the cold press coffee. So same thing, high A- going towards the A level. Out of all of these, let me see here real quick. Got the sweet pumpkin pie, all the crust. Same thing, more present spice, smooth and silky. Coffee. All right, I'm going to give all of these beers myself. I'm going to give them my A grade, but I'm going to go to differing degrees. For our OG Pumpkin tonight, tasting these side by side, straight up pumpkin beer, I'm going to go 96 on this. Really super tasty. It's got all those flavors. It's a classic. And I'm going to go 95 on both of these for different reasons. I really like the mouthfeel on this. Super silky. Really tasty brew. I drink it any day. No problem. No argument. And the coffee, same deal. And it's as advertised flavor. So it's all A-level beer that you really can't go wrong with. And you want to celebrate the season. If you're into that fall thing, go for it. And yum. So, have you had any of these variants? Have you had OG, Nitro, or cold press coffee pumpkin? If you have, let me know what you know, because I like to quit pro quo and the back and forth. Oh, I also really like it when you do me a great big favor and you think globally, drink locally, and support the craft beer movement. And it is exceedingly cool when you rate, comment, subscribe, especially if it's your first time with us. And if you can get around to it, you got to do me a great big favor so we can do more of these like crazy 3 side-by-side beer reviews. That's right, you got to help me push those Google metrics up to the stratosphere by doing what? You know what's up. Smashing that like button, because that definitely, along with 3 versions of pumpkin, is all I'm going to need tonight to put my big ass beer drinking happy face on. So, the next DJs BrewTube, I got nothing but a hell of a bunch of pumpkin, OG, Nitro, and cold press coffee drinking love for you, and you know what's coming for you by now. Hell yes, a big peace out!